Hi, this is Janie from Janie's Journals, and I am finishing pages in my nature journal today. I have come to a decision. I showed you guys earlier these two pieces of corrugated cardboard that I was going to use to make my journal covers with. I'm not liking them so much now because when you put these together, I know I'm pretty close there. When you put these together, you get this very flat line from the cover, but the inside pages are not like that at all. I mean, they're very different style edges. So I'm going to scrap the idea of the corrugated cardboard, going to give it a think, and come up with a different plan for my cover. So stay tuned for that one. This one, I am going to do all of those little finishing touches that I told you I go through my last flip through the book. I find all of the little things that I want to add to make it just a little bit more special. And that's what I'm doing now. So, what did that come from? Oh, that's for that. Okay. So the first thing on this page, okay, so I told you the last time I showed you this page, I told you I felt like it just needed something. And I went in, get you where you can see this, I went in and I put very small strips of different kinds of fabric under here, under the layers of the book pages and the coffee stained paper, and I do like that better. But I felt like it just needed something else as well. I'm going to take it out of there and put it flat to work on it. So I found a quote off of Google, and it says, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." And I think this is Lao Tzu is the name. Not good with those names that are unfamiliar to me, but I'm going to put this on here, and I think I'm going to split it into 3 sections. There we go. And I'm going to definitely do some inking right after I put my glasses on. I have an idea about another video that I want to do. I have some friends that I've been I have some folks I have been friends with since way back in high school, and a few of them live a little far away, but they do follow my YouTube videos, and every now and then they'll send me a message and ask me about this or that. And I by no means am a professional junk journaler at all. I just know that I love doing it. And a couple of them have asked me to do a video for a beginner in junk journaling. And I feel very inadequate to do that because I still consider myself a beginner. I have only been doing junk journaling for... And honestly, my first actual journal that I made, true journal, was the fairy journal. So I don't feel like I'm that knowledgeable, but I do know what mistakes I have made myself, and I can help someone not, maybe not make the same mistakes I did. I think everyone's going to make mistakes. But I'm thinking about doing that, about doing just a little video on how to do a junk journal, how to make one. Not as elaborate as what this one or the fairy journal is, because I don't think there would be enough time to do that. That's why I don't video everything I do as I'm making my journals, because it takes a lot of time. There's that. And I think that finishes that page off nicely. But anyway, I'm thinking about doing that. So if that's something anyone else that I'm not personally acquainted with, if it's something that somebody else might be interested in, please let me know, because I'm just kind of tossing that idea around in my head. Okay, I think this page is good. This one I think is okay. I could, I guess, do something on that background, but honestly, so much of this tag covers it, I think it would be lost in there, so I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, now I've got this one, and it just has this little journal spot tucked in there, but I felt like this area is very blank, so I have a little bit of stained cheesecloth from my fairy journal, and I'm going to use that if I can ever get it untwisted here. This is why I save all of those small pieces, because you can usually find something that you can use those in. Get my fabric tack to open. My goodness, I must have left glue in there. I did. It glued to the cap. Okay, so we're just gonna see how much glue we need. Not a lot. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on there. Whoops. This fabric tack, if any of you use it, it is so stringy. Okay. And then that there. And I think that is enough. So now, that's just going to help whenever I put this in again. It's going to kind of give something, some kind of decorative area to this strip that was plain. I'm going to leave this out for now because I want to let that tacky glue dry. So we'll set that out of the way. Okay, now this one. This one has just been a debate ever since I thought that I had finished it. I'm going to take it out of there too so I can work on it. Oh, this goes there. Okay. Now, this one. So I'm happy with most everything here. I was ready to just glue it down, and then I got to looking at it. I thought this twig just looks silly, just sitting there. There's nothing to it. So I know I'm going to attach this to this. What I don't know yet is if I'm going to make this a pocket. I think I will. Let me look, because one of these, it's not that one. Okay. It's this signature has got this tag that has something that sticks way up here. We've also got this cheesecloth that sticks up, And in this signature that I'm working on, we only have this bit of cheesecloth. So I'm going to go ahead and make a tag to go into this. But first, I'm going to finish this. So I'm going to use my glue, my glitter glue, and just glue this down. Now what I want to make sure that I do is glue the top well enough so that somebody doesn't accidentally think that the pocket is between this and this. I want it to be between this and the back side. So I'm going to make sure that that top is glued down so they don't try to force the tag in there. Okay. All right. There's all of that glued down. And I'm sorry, I know I'm kind of breathing heavy today, but my allergies are acting up. Oh, I just snapped that twig. It's not broken. Okay, I'm just gonna be a little more careful with it. The twig I put on there, I can't remember if I did that on camera or not, but I sewed it. I sewed it here, here, and here to put it on there. And I decided that this needed a little something else. I have, let's see. I have this box, an old cigar box that I keep. And I keep book parts in it. When I take a book apart, I love these especially. All of these pieces that come from the spine of the book. Look at those. I know. And a lot of people do that. And I love my book parts. But I decided to use one on this page. And here is the book part that I have. Isn't that pretty? And I'm going to put that here. And I have this dried purple flower that I'm also going to put there. Like that. So under this branch, I have this cloth that is, let me get it close enough. It's very similar to the book cloth. And I thought that would help tie those two together. I'm going to cut off the very top part of this because I don't really need it that tall. And you bet I am going to save even this little piece of the book part because I use those in clusters and all kinds of stuff. And I like the way that the book part kind of hangs off of there. I like that, so I'm going to keep it that way. And now, to put it all down, I have to decide what kind of adhesive I'm going to use. I'm thinking about using the multi-matte medium on it. Gosh. I'm going to have to use something on the top of the dried flower because it is so dainty, so delicate is the word I'm looking for, that those leaves will break off pretty easily. So I have to have something on top of that. I also have to have something that's going to put this book part and attach it to here. So I'm thinking that multi-matte medium is going to be my best bet. So let me get that. So I have this by Ranger. I've had this a little while, and I'm probably getting pretty low on it. And this is the one that I do not have a top on. Okay. Now this will dry clear. I better stop while I'm ahead. So then I have my branch down here, and I remembered that I had made these leaves in my last video, just torn from some of the paper that I had made. And I'm going to use 4 of those and put those on the ends of these branches. Okay. Put my glasses back on, and now we're in business. Alright, so we're just going to put a couple of them coming off of the ends. Like that. I'll show you those to remind you it's just a piece of this paper actually that I did the eco printing on, and I just tore them into a leaf shape, and then I used a black marker and made my leaves. So we'll put these here. There, and it's fine with me if it sticks off of the end a little bit. I just dropped something on the floor and I have no idea what it was. Okay. There that is. And then I have, let me see what I dropped. I don't know. The broom will get it later. So I have a piece of cheesecloth and a button. And I was kind of messing around with this, thinking that maybe I could put it here to bring them all together so that it's kind of like this. And I think that might be just exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah. There's no reason not to, so I'm going to use the fabric tack for that. If I can get it to squeeze out enough. There we go. And the button is just one that I put a little thread, a little green thread through, embroidery thread. So there that is. Now I'm not going to glue this in the book yet because this really needs to dry. The flower definitely needs to dry. But I can go ahead and make the tag, and this is going to be completely on the fly because I had not intended to make a tag there. So let's see what I've got. I've got this paper that I think could be pretty interesting behind that. Oh, and it says from trees. See that? That might be the one. I have some of this paper. And it's a heavier cardstock. And it is just a scrap. I tried cutting a dragonfly or something out there with my Cricut and it didn't cut all the way through. I like the lighter side of it, and I actually like this splatter or whatever you call it. I think that could make an interesting tag. Okay, I'm thinking over here that I'm going to put one of my botanicals. And it looks like this is the tallest one. Let me see. What's on that other side? Okay. Yeah, I think that, yeah, and we're going to tear it. Okay. So, put it like that. But then does it look silly because it's just stuck on there? What else could I do? You know what? I'm wondering if I couldn't extend this and make it go all the way down. How would that work? You know what? It is just pieces of paper, so let's try it. I'm going to glue this down first because I don't want it to be slipping around. Okay, and I'm going to use another piece of this. I have this piece right here that's below where I took that off. So I'm just going to finish ripping this down. But I don't want to ruin this print down here either. Gonna work. And some of you might notice that I'm not inking the edges of that, but I want the tag to look cohesive or put together. So I don't necessarily want it to stand out that much. Okay. There. I am not messing anymore with it. That is good enough for me. Alright. My chair is very squeaky. Okay. So, there is the tag that we're going to put back behind here. So it'll go in like that. Let's see how far down it's going to go. About like that. Okay. That sticks way up higher than I meant for it to. Okay, so what I can do is, what can I do? I'm gonna take a little bit off of the bottom. And a little off of the top. Like that. Now, these two pieces, I'm going to hang on to those. Look at them. Well, this lighting, I've got to figure this out. But I like the looks of that kind of stuff. Alright, so this is going to be tall enough. Now it's going to be about like that. We're going to make this into a tag. I have a they call this a corner punch, three-way corner punch. There you go. And it will, this biggest one is the one I'm going to use to cut my edges for the tag. A lot of people will cut one and then flip it over and match it up, and that just takes too much time and trouble for me. Okay, so I've got the tag. We're going to put a hole in it, and I'm going to use my slotted punch. And just make it as even as I can. There we go. Okay, we're going to ink a little bit around this tag. Now I've got to find something to stick out of the top of it. And I have some of this seam binding, this crinkly seam binding. I think I used that on another tag in here too. So we're going to push this through. And do it like that. Now, when this is on the page, it's going to stick out like this. And that will look good with the other signature that's got things stuck out the top. So I'm good with this one, and there's plenty of places to journal. Okay, that one's done. Now I'm going to lay these back over here to finish drying. I'm getting quite a pile that's drying. Alright, now let's put this back in here. Oh, you know what I just realized? This tag is going to match. Oh, you can't see that. this tag is gonna match this one that I did. And I just extended the trunk on that without extending the leaves on it. So, it's gonna look like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, I like it. I like to repeat things, not necessarily on the same page, but that's okay. All right, and now the next thing, oh, here it is. Try to say, where's the guts to that page? So I have, this is one of my dried leaves that I Mod Podged onto a piece of linen cloth. I was going to make that into a little tuck, and I'm using another piece of that dyed material from the page with the yellow flowers that I messed up. Got some more of that. So I'm going to use that here. And then I wanted to use this for a tag, but I didn't want to use this because this is the only one of those I have. So what I did is made a photocopy of it. I am about to do this upside down. My goodness. That, wait a minute. Oh, okay, this. I've got this sitting upside down. Okay, now we're good. So anyway, I made a photocopy. And I'm going to turn this into a tag to put in here. But this is just like project paper. So I found a piece of kind of lightweight scrapbook paper that I'm going to make the back of it so that you can write on the back of this, and I can still use this image without using my original. So we're going to have to cut it down first because it's definitely going to be too big. Well, let's make our tuck first. And that's going to now, let me take everything else away and figure out what size that I want this to be. Okay. Some ink on it. And there it is. Okay. Now the next page, I'll pull this the vellum out of there whenever I know that pocket's dry. Okay, and I made this one, and the only thing I'm going to add is this little quote sticker that says "Flying High." And you know what, I think, set that there for just a second. I had a little piece of that, there it is, that got stuck to my hand. That cheesecloth, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, there's my magnets for my stamp pad. They got stuck on my scissors. Oh goodness, I would be looking for those later. All right, so I think I'm gonna put this, let's put it over here. And then put my little quote sticker on top of it. I've got to refill my bottle. I go through this glitter glue like crazy. Okay, then we'll put our pocket down. So this nature journal, it still hasn't turned out completely like I had in my mind, but I don't think I planned it well. I think that I just tried to grab stuff as I go, and sometimes that works out for me, sometimes not so much. Okay, oh, well, I guess I could leave that in there. This is my pocket, but I actually did not glue this top. So I could add something else to that, or I could just leave it and let the person who buys the book add to it. Okay, so there's that. This one we did. So this, does that make the signature done? Let's see. I think it might. So this is, oh, that was that. This, I think that's ready to go in there now. Let's see if this is dry. Yeah, it's dry enough. It's not gonna hurt anything. So let me go ahead and stick it down. Alright, hot glued my stem back on there. And I think it's fine. You can't even tell really. So, sometimes I surprise myself at just how awkward I can be. Alright. So got that done. And we can pull this out now and put this in, and that's done. So this signature is done. So now I am going to work on the second signature and see what I needed to do here. This page is done and I love it. It's kooky, but I love it. All right, this is okay. I did add some more of the leaves in here, and I like this one, but could I do something else? I've got this piece of scrap. You know, I don't think it needs anything else. I think it's good. Again, whoever ends up with the book, if they choose to do something, it'll be their book to do it. Okay, this one. Let me pull it out. So I thought this one was pretty plain. You know, it's just got a tag stuck in there. So I have this homemade stencil with leaves, and I was thinking about just stenciling a couple of those there. There we go. I like that better. Okay, done. Okay, there's that. And then this one goes in the middle. So, okay. This one's definitely done. Okay, this one. Ugh. This one was a nightmare to put together, but I think I've decided. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this into some kind of a pocket or what I wanted to do. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is and just have it open up, and if somebody wants to add a photo here or something like that, they can. So we're just going to glue that down. And this is a fuzzy paper. I think I might use the fabric tack just to be sure that it stays down. You can see how stringy that is. Okay. And that'll stay put. Okay. And then this one, I had kind of thought about putting some over here. I don't think I'm going to. I think it's fine the way it is. It says stay simple, so let's just stay simple and breathe. All right, next one. This one, and I think it's okay. I want to just barely glue. Well, there was one of the pages, I'll have to find it, because one of the pages I had used the same paper, and these are kind of getting messed up. I don't remember where that was, but it was on this edge over here. This one seems to be doing okay, and I'm just going to leave this the way it is. And this one is good. This one is complete. And this one, I think, is okay. There we go. I think that's it, except where did that page go that I wanted to glue those down? Oh, there it is. See, they're getting really raggedy, and I don't want that, so I am going to go in and glue these down. Signatures done. So the next time you see me, I will come up with a plan for the cover that I want to do. We'll get that done, and then this one will be finished. I'm loving it. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you on the next one.